Yeah, so we're pretty excited. We open up our season this year at the Ron Penn over at Ray Richards at home. It's going to be a relatively small, low-key meet. It's us, NDSU, and I think there's a couple other smaller schools coming. But it's going to be a good test to kind of just see where we're at, see how our summer training went. The guys and girls have had a great summer so far. Guys putting in 80, 85 miles a week, girls putting in 65 to 75 miles a week. And so this will kind of be our first test to just see where we're at as a team. Our sport's a little bit different than a lot of other sports in the Summit League, where we don't really have conference games. We've got a conference championship on the end of October. And so these early season meets, they don't matter in terms of how we end up doing it at the conference level. So we're just kind of training and getting ready for October 28th. So this will kind of be a first test to see where we're at.
Can you describe the course at Ray Richards and why it suits maybe the spectator as well as the runner, basically?
Yeah.
For a meet.
Yeah. The course is great. It's a 1K loop and a 4K loop. Okay, so the girls are going to run a 5K, so they'll run the 1K loop once, and then they go around and run the 4K loop. But it kind of for a spectator, it's great because you can kind of stand in a centralized location and maybe have to walk just a little bit, and you can see the runners at multiple different points of the course. The guys are running a 6K, so they'll run that 1K loop twice and then the 4K loop. So for those that we hosted the conference championship last year, it was an awesome experience. People running around cheering, but it's a great course. It's flat. The footing's good, being at the golf course, and so we can expect to see some pretty fast times, especially for this early in the season.
You guys are kind of a unique schedule this year too. You're going out east for going out to the Penn Relays. What kind of challenges does that present for your program as you gear up for that conference championship?
Yeah. So one of the reasons why we're going out to Philly this year to compete at Lehigh is we're trying to find one of the most competitive meets in the country, right? And so kind of scouring the United States and trying to find the meet where I think last year there was about 45 schools ranging from, you've got like North Carolina, some of these really big powerhouses on the East Coast that are going to be there competing. And so it's just going to be a really good opportunity for us to stick our heads in there and just compete, right? And, one thing we really try to do as a program when we do this on the track and field side of things too is find meets where, we're going to get our butts kicked a little bit. And by doing so, it prepares us mentally for when we get to the conference championship. It's like, oh, we've competed against some of the best schools in the country. We're ready for Summit League.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Cool.